In Washington, D.C., Congress is moving forward with a significant piece of legislation that could alter the balance of power in the Indo-Pacific region. Lawmakers are deep in discussion, weighing the strategic, diplomatic, and security implications of transferring a major naval asset to a key ally. This is not just another routine bill, it's a decision that reflects the United States' evolving approach to global security and its commitment to supporting partners in a rapidly changing world. The legislation centers on the transfer of a retired U.S. Navy warship to the Philippines, a move that carries weight far beyond the exchange of military hardware. This transfer is poised to send a powerful message to both allies and rivals, signaling that the U.S. is ready to back up its words with concrete action. For the Philippines, receiving such a vessel is a major step forward in modernizing its naval forces and enhancing its ability to protect its maritime interests. The backdrop to this decision is the escalating tension in the South China Sea, where competing territorial claims and frequent confrontations have raised the stakes for regional security. The U.S. is not simply offloading surplus equipment, it is making a calculated move to reinforce the security architecture of the Indo-Pacific, where freedom of navigation and respect for international law are increasingly under threat. The ship in question, a Ticonderoga-class guided missile cruiser, represents a significant leap in capability for the Philippine Navy. With advanced radar systems, missile launchers, and robust defensive features, this vessel will dramatically enhance Manila's ability to monitor and respond to activity in its waters. It's also a clear demonstration of America's willingness to invest in the security of its allies, providing them with the tools needed to deter aggression and maintain stability. For the Philippines, which finds itself on the front lines of maritime disputes with China, this transfer is more than symbolic. It's a practical boost to its self-defense capabilities, allowing its navy to patrol contested waters with greater confidence and effectiveness. The new ship will also serve as a platform for training, joint exercises, and closer cooperation with U.S. forces. By empowering Manila, the United States aims to build a more resilient and interconnected regional security network, one that is less vulnerable to coercion and better able to respond to emerging threats. This transfer is part of a broader strategy to strengthen alliances, deepen military cooperation, and ensure that no single power can dominate the region unchallenged. Ultimately, this act is about more than just a ship. It's a renewed partnership, a tangible sign of trust and shared purpose between the U.S. and the Philippines. The transfer reassures Manila that it is not alone, while also sending a clear signal to potential adversaries that the United States stands firmly with its allies. As lawmakers finalize the details and the world watches closely, this landmark transfer could reshape Southeast Asia's naval power dynamics for years to come, strengthening alliances, deterring aggression, and helping to secure a free and open Indo-Pacific for future generations. The Naval Vessel Transfer Act of 2025 is the legal tool enabling this move. Passed by Congress after months of deliberation, this act represents a significant moment in U.S. defense policy and international cooperation. It's not just a piece of legislation, it's a reflection of America's ongoing commitment to supporting its allies and maintaining stability in key regions around the world. The act allows the United States to grant, sell, or lease surplus naval vessels to allied nations, providing them with advanced capabilities without the enormous expense of building new ships from scratch. This approach not only strengthens the fleets of partner countries, but also ensures that valuable military assets continue to serve a purpose, rather than sitting idle or being scrapped. For many allies, acquiring these ships is a rare opportunity to modernize their navies and enhance their maritime security. This year's act is especially notable because it includes two decommissioned Ticonderoga-class cruisers, some of the most capable surface combatants ever built by the U.S. Navy. The Philippines, a key American ally in Southeast Asia, is set to receive one of these cruisers as an excess defense article. This transfer marks a major upgrade for the Philippine Navy, which has long sought to bolster its ability to patrol and defend its waters. Under the terms of the act, the Philippines will be responsible for the costs of reactivating the cruiser, performing necessary repairs, and training its crew to operate such a sophisticated warship. While this makes the initial transfer more affordable, it also means that the Philippines must invest significant resources to bring the ship up to operational standards and integrate it into their fleet. The process will require close cooperation between American and Filipino naval personnel, as well as months of technical work and training. The United States has a long history of using similar acts to help its allies modernize their naval forces. For decades, surplus American warships have found new life in the service of partner nations, from Europe to Asia and beyond. These transfers not only strengthen alliances, but also allow the U.S. to offload aging ships in a way that benefits global security and fosters military cooperation. Including a cruiser of this caliber in the 2025 Act is a clear signal that Congress recognizes the heightened security challenges facing the Philippines, especially in the contested waters of the South China Sea. The advanced radar, missile, and command systems aboard a Ticonderoga-class cruiser will provide the Philippine Navy with new capabilities to monitor, deter, and respond to potential threats in the region. The passage of the Naval Vessel Transfer Act of 20,000 is just the first step in a complex process. Soon, a retired American warship will be brought back to life under a new flag, symbolizing not only the enduring partnership between the U.S. and the Philippines, but also the shared commitment to peace, security, and cooperation in the Indo-Pacific region. The likely ship for transfer is the former USS Shiloh, CG-67, a Ticonderoga-class cruiser with a storied career. Commissioned in 1992, Shiloh served as a key air defense platform forward deployed in Japan for 17 years. Its Aegis combat system and proven reliability made it a Pacific powerhouse. Decommissioned in 2023, Shiloh now awaits a second life. If transferred, it will undergo extensive reactivation, restoring engines, electronics, and weaponry. This process will transform it into the most advanced surface combatant in Philippine history. Shiloh's experience in the Western Pacific makes it an ideal fit for the Philippines' current challenges. Its motto, ready, willing, able, could soon serve a new nation. The Philippine Navy's modernization comes at a critical time. For decades, it relied on outdated ships, leaving its vast waters vulnerable to illegal fishing and foreign encroachment. Recent upgrades have helped, but China's naval power still dwarfs the Philippine fleet. The Navy lacks area air defense, a gap the Shiloh is built to fill. Integrating such a ship will be a challenge, but it will force the Navy to develop new skills and doctrines. The cruiser's arrival would mark a leap from coastal patrol to true sea control. The backdrop for this transfer is China's aggressive push in the South China Sea. Despite an international tribunal ruling against its claims, Beijing has built militarized islands and uses its coast guard to intimidate neighbors. Philippine vessels face harassment, blockades, and dangerous encounters at sea. China's gray zone tactics aim to wear down Manila's resolve without open conflict. The Philippine fleet is outmatched, making a capable deterrent essential. A Ticonderoga-class cruiser would give the Philippines a defensive shield and command hub to better manage these confrontations. A Ticonderoga-class cruiser would transform the Philippine Navy's capabilities. Its Aegis combat system and SPY-1 radar can track hundreds of targets, providing unmatched situational awareness. With 122 vertical launching system cells, it can launch a mix of air defense, anti-ship, and anti-submarine missiles. The ship's layered defenses, including Harpoon missiles, naval guns, and the Phalanx CIWS, make it a formidable opponent. For the Philippines, this means real area air defense for the first time. The cruiser could serve as the fleet's command and control center, sharing its sensor picture with other ships. Its presence would force adversaries to think twice before acting aggressively. With Shiloh, the Philippines would finally level the playing field in its own waters. The benefits are huge, but so are the challenges. Operating a Ticonderoga-class cruiser is expensive. Fuel, maintenance, and spare parts will strain the defense budget. The ship needs a crew of nearly 400, many of them highly trained specialists. The Navy must invest in training, not just for one crew, but to build a pipeline of skilled personnel. Bases and shipyards will need upgrades to support such a complex vessel. Many spare parts can only be sourced from the U.S., making logistics a long-term challenge. The Shiloh is an aging platform requiring constant upkeep to remain viable. The Philippines must be ready to invest heavily to keep this asset operational and effective. The transfer of the USS Shiloh marks a pivotal moment in the evolving partnership between the United States and the Philippines. As a key element of America's broader Indo-Pacific strategy, this move is designed to reinforce the U.S.-Philippine alliance at a time of growing regional uncertainty. The presence of such a formidable warship in Philippine hands sends a clear message of commitment and shared security interests, not only to allies, but also to potential adversaries in the region. It gives real, tangible meaning to the Mutual Defense Treaty, a pact that has bound the two nations for decades. This treaty, once largely symbolic, now takes on new significance as both countries face evolving security challenges. For Manila, the acquisition of the USS Shiloh is more than just an upgrade in naval hardware. It's a step toward building credible deterrence. It empowers the Philippine Navy to better patrol its waters, protect its sovereignty, and respond to threats with greater confidence. The move also deepens military cooperation between the two allies. Joint training exercises, the sharing of military doctrine, and enhanced interoperability are now possible on a scale never seen before. This partnership will foster trust, improve communication, and ensure both navies can operate seamlessly together in times of crisis. If this transfer proves successful, it could open the door to even more advanced technology sharing and future joint operations. The Philippines could gain access to cutting-edge systems, while the US benefits from a stronger, more capable regional partner. However, this bold step is not without risks. It is certain to provoke a strong reaction from Beijing, which views any strengthening of US-Philippine military ties as a direct challenge to its ambitions in the South China Sea. Diplomatic protests from China are likely as officials in Beijing seek to pressure both Washington and Manila to reconsider their growing cooperation. Tensions in the South China Sea may rise, with increased naval activity and the potential for standoffs in disputed waters. The region could see more frequent confrontations, testing the resolve of both the Philippines and the United States. The world will be watching closely to see how the Philippines absorbs this new capability, how quickly its sailors adapt, how effectively the ship is integrated into the fleet, and how the nation leverages this asset to protect its interests. Equally important is how the United States stands by its ally, providing support, training, and reassurance in the face of external pressure. The strength of this alliance will be tested, and its resilience will shape the region's future. Ultimately, the fate of the single warship is now intertwined with the broader quest for peace and stability in the Indo-Pacific. Its journey will be a symbol of hope, resolve, and the enduring partnership between two nations determined to shape their own destiny.